Now, if you've been watching this channel for a while, you probably recognize this guitar as Charlie Parr's Mule, which it was. And it came in for a strap button install, which was an interesting one. You'll love this. You see this? You see that? That's where this is supposed to go. So, I'm not gonna dig it out, I'm just gonna put it here. So this guitar obviously has its own inspiring history and story, but Mule as a company and what they represent and what they're doing, it just motivates me. And I wanna take a few minutes today before I give this guitar back to talk about why I think Mule is doing what no other company will do, but how I think they're setting the trend for companies to come, even the big ones. Even the big ones. All right, hey, and here's a little tip. If you don't know how big of a drill bit to use for that little screw, you just get yourself a block of wood. You don't go into your palm or anything. You don't do that. But you just check. If you can hold it, fling it around, well then that's good. If you can start it with your finger, twirl it around, do the old finger fling, it's probably the right bit to screw into your guitar or somebody else's guitar. It never feels good. So Mule is future driven. They're innovating on an innovation. I think the things that give the most lasting impression are the ones where the things that came before and the evolution of what's coming next, they're present all at once. As somebody who's into like the 1920s and 30s guitar styles and tries to help people learn it, I've noticed there's a kind of person who misses this point. And they're the kind of person who in the comments is gonna say, you know, don't waste your time copying this, just do your own thing. And obviously, you know, there's some truth to that, but I think it's missing the greater picture. And I'll try to quote Bruce Lee here, you know, absorb what is necessary, discard what isn't, and add what is uniquely your own. Something like that. Bruce Lee said that. And I think if he said that, we should all take a second to think about what that means for us. And to me, it means, you know, study your ass off to do what your masters can do and what you cannot. And find out what about it doesn't work for you. And then do your own thing with that new perspective. One of the coolest things about Mule is just how subtly they do that. Now, this is a metal body guitar. It might look just like any other metal body guitar to you if you don't know what's going on under the hood. Now, kind of an esoteric thing you might have heard is this is a single cone body with a tricone setup. What does that even mean? And why is it important? So let's set this up. So in the beginning, in the very beginning, there was Adam and Eve and two national patents. There was the single cone patent and the tricone patent. Actually, Charlie Parr just taught us in the super secret slide guitar workshop, there was a quadricone patent first. I don't know, didn't know that. Still don't know anything about it. But the main two patents that they actually went through with was the single cone and the tricone. So the tricone, if you have a visual imagination, you can probably see there's three little cones, and then there's a bridge, a T-bridge sitting on all three, and then there's a saddle on top of the bridge, and then the strings are on the saddle. Should I just show you? I'll just show you. Okay, so that's the tricone. There's three cones. You got this T-bridge sitting on all three, and that's what runs these. The string pressure goes through the T-bridge and excites the cones. The single cone's just one. Just has one cone instead of three. Just a big old cone there. My camera battery literally died the second I did that. The second I shot that little clip for you. Been just sitting here waiting for it to charge. We're back. I don't have two batteries. What do you think I am? Anyway, that bridge is pretty cool. Pretty cool little innovation. I actually did a video already that I'll link at the end of this if you want to check it out, all about that T-bridge. But the tricone, now, it's a pretty cool guitar. Typically brass or nickel. There's a couple styles, but there's 4 styles, the style 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's a wood-bodied one as well. They're all kind of the same. They just have little different engravings, I think. I think of Tampa Red playing a tricone. I also think of Walter Vincent or Walter Jacobs from the Mississippi Sheiks. We just talked about him recently. He played a tricone as well. I kind of think of the Hawaiian guitar scene too. That was all kind of done on the lap steel tricone square neck stuff. But the single cone. Now the single cone, I think of the Duolian. I think of Blind Boy Fuller. I also think of like the Style O, which was essentially the Duolian, but it was, instead of steel-bodied and matte, well, it was steel-bodied and shiny. And then there's the Style N that Bo Carter played, which is silver. It's freaking German silver. That's what Bo Carter played. Single cone, silver. I had a really cool Duolian, 1933. Rolled F-holes. Sold it. Missed that one. Oh well. So this is a single cone body with that tricone setup. Now apparently in those early patent years, they actually did kind of make a patent design for this very thing. I don't think it was ever put into production. Charlie would know because he told me this. I don't know. But this Matt made it a reality. He made this idea a reality, and you kind of get the best of both worlds. You get, that tricone, like shimmery, focused, a lot of complex overtones from the tricone thing, but it kind of mellows out in this single cone steeled body. So it's pretty cool. So among many things that Mule has done to make these guitars uniquely their own, I don't really have time to go into all of them because this isn't like a review video. There are plenty of those out there. This is more of like a love letter to Mule and Matt, as I think of it here. But something that they have done, to kind of position themselves where they are in this like modern world. Like it's not enough to make a good product, in this like very competitive world of the guitar building world. I mean, can you imagine trying to be a guitar builder and compete with companies that can buy literally huge pallets of wood and sell things at a fraction of the cost because of that? The amount of overhead you'd have to be able to do that, to break into that market, is almost impossible. And that's why what Matt has done is that much more like admirable. Because here's the beautiful thing. Instead of trying to just rise to the top, he spread his message outward. He just splayed out. And then it can all collectively, the message and the movement can collectively rise to the top as something much bigger. Let me explain. So Mule is artist driven. If you get a second, look at National's website and then look at Mule's. Now I know it's a little on the nose to compare those two, but it's really interesting because National's website, they celebrate, 100 years or more of amazing guitars, and they should, rightly so, they should celebrate that. But, it's really National celebrating National. If you look at Mule's, Mule celebrates you. Mule celebrates the community of people who play Mule guitars. And holding like this very guitar is just so cool. It has a connection of a guitar like 3 times its age. It just feels like it belongs to something so much bigger than just this little guitar. And that says volumes of this company being, it's a pretty young company as far as guitar companies go. You see, always got the past and the future. Both are present. Both are present. Anyway, I don't know much about the story, but when Charlie got his new signature model guitar, he gave this guitar to a local young musician named Jon Edwards. Jon plays old blues, similar to Charlie, but it's taken it to a new and unique personalized place. So it's just an amazing thing because, it's still artist supporting artists. That's like the Mule message, right? That's how I think about it. So yeah, check Mule out, check Charlie out, check out Jon Edwards, and check out that T-Bridge video. That's a good one. I'll link it right here. It's a really cool innovation. Looking back and moving on. All right, I gotta move on. See ya.